ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्लोका नंबर 37। हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व योगः नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु। बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तयापहृतचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदाः निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थः Niryogakshema Atmavan. Okay. So in the last class, we were referring to the three shlokas together. So Bhagavan Krishna clearly is telling Arjuna, don't be with Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Okay. Here Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, here what I mean is completely on transaction. The another meaning of Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is not moving away from the goal, very focused. Whatever is my business, I focus on that. So, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, keep that mind like Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ekeka at one goal. Okay. And there are many such ideas which will come, which will be given by people, which you yourself will try to understand. Keep all that away. Avyavasayina, do not focus on them. Then he gives an explanation in three shlokas how we are enamored by various people, which includes near and dear family, friends, well wishers, everyone who are in the transactional world. All dharmic, all nice people, very no one is telling us to be doing the wrong thing. But none of these people have that moksha as a goal. Okay, and hence their focus and goal in life is only to lead a good life, do some punya karma, reduce the papa, and peacefully die and continue that way. So he explains in these three shlokas, those people who are giving such ideas have got it from the Vedas only. That is from Veda Purva. They are not talking adharmic things. They are referring to Veda Purva, which is Karma Kanda. Okay. And he started with hmm. So hmm. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. No, he started with Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipashchitaha vedavadarataha partha nanyadastiti vadinaha kamatmana swargapara janmakarma phalaprada kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya apahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. Now see here, vyavasayatmika buddhi has come here. Here, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is transactional Buddhi. Okay. Now, we saw the Anvaya also. We said we have to take these three together. Then only the whole meaning will come properly. Grammatically, it will fit. So, we rearranged it. We saw the Anvaya also. Okay. I will just read the Anvaya once and then we will continue from where we had stopped. He Partha, Veda Vadarataha Anyat na asti iti vadinaha अविपश्चितः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः भोग ऐश्वर्य गतिं प्रति क्रियाविशेष बहुलां जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां याम इमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्ति तया अपहृत चेतसां भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां बुद्धिः व्यवसायात्मिका भूत्वा समाधौ न विधीयते. Okay. So, as we saw each of these meanings, to get this connectivity, let me just take you all through that. Krishna criticizes mainly Veda Purva. Okay. But we have to understand one aspect very clearly. When he says criticizes Veda Purva, two things have to be very, very clear in the mind. Then only you will understand this particular three shlokas together. If these two things are not in the mind, these three shlokas will not be very clearly understood. First one is we should know there are different types of karma. Nishiddha prayaschitta karma, kamya karma, and nishkama karma. So Nishiddha prayaschitta karma, anyway, no elders, no Vedas, everyone will say don't do it, avoid. Then rest is what? Kamya karma, nishkama karma. Predominantly the society, everyone will say do kamya karma. It needs to be dharma yukta kamya karma, not adharmika kamya karma, because then it becomes nishiddha karma. So do dharma sammata kamya karmas and lead a good life. What is the goal they are expecting? Do your duty, be good to everyone, get some punyam, okay, let your next generation continue, you die, again next janma, because of the karma phalas, you will get next janma, continue like that and be happy. That is the whole idea. So have a nice, meaningful life, but that goal is not going to be moksha or anything. Sukhi bhava, be happy. That's all. Mukto bhava, no one will say. Sukhi bhava. You go the most or the highest well-wisher. See, look at this. Huh? That is the irony of it. Who is the most or the highest well-wisher of any person? Parents, especially mother. And if you go to mother and say the highest well-being for me is moksha, she will be the first enemy. She will never say, go ahead, take sannyasa, go for moksha. No, 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 no. Is there any problem in life? Are you facing any problem? Is everything okay? Why are you thinking about all that? What is the problem? Tell me. For everything, there is a solution. It is just out of that pure love and that attachment, that moksha, which is detachment, is not at all considered as a, although we say it's a purushartha, but no one opts for it. Correct? So if there are going to be very, very minority who is going to opt for moksha, that means majority is going to be in artha, kama, dharma. And what all our well-wishers and good people, and they will all say, follow dharma, get artha, kama, enjoy life, be happy. And that is what Veda Purva is saying. Dharma yukta kama, dharma yukta artha, and enjoy life. Okay, so this is the first thing we have to understand, three types of karma. Second thing is that the artha kama will not satisfy the mental needs of a person. It is only dharma which can satisfy and gives that emotional stability to the person. Okay, artha kama can buy good bed, but you will not get sleep. Dharma is the one which will give you the sleep. Right? When I have nothing to fight internally, a sound sleep will come. Otherwise, that inner sound will not allow you to get a sound sleep. Okay, so very clearly, karma, karma phala. Good karma phala. Good karma phala, sukham. Bad karma phala, dukkham. Continue the karma phala, next janma. So Janma karma will continue. And what is the objective in this? Do good, be happy. Do good, be happy. Do good, be happy. Satisfy your Artha Kama sitting in the Dharma platform. This is the clear focus of Veda Purva. And when you say something like this, because commonly everyone will say this is good, what is the problem with it? The problem with it is you are bound to many things. And this is what Krishna explains in this particular one. What happens if you go by that particular way of life? Only Veda Purva and no Vedanta. Okay, that is why karma is incomplete without jnanam. Jnanam is impossible without karma. I continue to be in karma, that means it is an incomplete thing. Okay, anyway, you're telling jnanam is the main thing, let me stop all the karma and go to jnanam. It is impossible. So you have to find a way that through karma, you have to mature out of karma and then go to jnana, for which karma yoga is there. And how to make Arjuna understand what is karma yoga, Krishna tells about what is the pitfalls of karma kanda. Okay, karma yoga is not karma kanda. Karma yoga is doing the karma kanda with a different sankalpa, with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana. Then it becomes karma yoga. Okay, our Shastras are not talking about karma yoga in many of the karmas. For example, you take Avahanti. There is a very famous mantra called Avahanti mantra, and people do Avahanti Homa also. For what? Material gains. Avahanti vitanvana kurvana chiramatmanaha vasagamsi mama gavascha. Let that Aishwarya be in Mama Gavascha first. If my surrounding everywhere it is there, I am included in it. Or if I am the only rich person, then I have a problem. Okay. Vasagam Mama Gavascha Annapane cha sarvada. Lot of food should be there for everyone. No one should fight for the basic necessity like food. Tato me shriyamavaha. I should get a lot of money. Materialistic benefits. Lomasham pashubhis sahaswaha. Now that is related to those days, Vedic period. We can change it. iPhone, TV, internet, swaha. You write whatever you want there. Because that time they had only animals. And probably this person is in winter, he is in the one of the northern parts, so he is talking of animals with lot of wool. Lomasham pashubhihi, that means sheep with a lot of wool and other things. So it will protect, they will get lot of wool, it will protect them from the hardships of the weather. But today those things are not there, we are all very comfortable. So for us it will be, and we are not looking at pashu. So take mobile and whatever gadgets and everything you can add that, doesn't matter. Finally it is kamya. The point is it is kamya. Right? Lomasham pashubis sahaswaha. Now this is told, this comes in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Why did this person ask this? He is a teacher. So he asked this because the next Anvaka talks about that. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha. There have to be a lot of students who will come to learn from me. And when they come to learn from me, I need to have every facility to make them stay comfortably, or at least the basic living should be there, food should be given, shelter should be given, clothing should be given. books need to be there, or whatever that infrastructure for studies, right? Rules should be there. Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha, pramayantu, the different qualities, good, all the faculties should be there. Okay, yashochane sa niswaha ashreya. So the person is actually asking for all the shriya so that he can utilize it maximum to share this knowledge and become a good teacher and make a good university where many will benefit out of it. Okay, but this Avanti Homa today is done only for our individual material gains. Shri Sukta Homa, Avahanti Homa, there are many such homas which are there. Okay, same way your Taitri Aranyakam will talk of Pashukamaschinnvita, Vrishtikamaschinvita, Amayavi Chinvita. I need this, give me that. All dharmika requirement, not adharmika. So Veda Purva gives very clearly how to satisfy your legitimate desires within the legitimate framework. Okay, and that is called karma. And when you do it, you get karma phala. So you get the material benefit also, and you also get punyam. This punyam business is like our credit card. You use the credit card, you get the item what you purchased also. Along with that, you get some points also. The points are the punyam, adrishta. Material is what you get. Then when that becomes more, then that credit card, Bhagavan will say you can redeem it. Convert that punyam, exhaust the punyam, get some more material. Are you getting it? So this credit card and that point system is copied from our Shastra only, nothing new in that. It fits properly. Okay. And if you default, papam, interest. You don't pay the credit card. One is they will send notice after notice. Then that adrishta papam is you will have 4 people coming to your house with lati. That they will not mention anywhere. They will also come for vasuli. That is adrishtam. Not mentioned anywhere, but it comes. So these two things, they work perfectly. That system coexist very well. Okay. Now, so the Veda Purva gives a lot of benefits. Now, in this, what happens? Two things are very clearly going to be the outcome. I will ask for more and more comforts, and I will ask for more and more security. Artha will take care of my kama. If I want to take care of kama, I need artha. Correct? So, artha and kama, I will have to somehow get to continue my dharma. My dharmika karma, for that I need artha kama. And each person has different raga dvesha. Likes, dislikes, and insecurities. Okay. So if one says, no, Swarga is good, the other person will say, no, I have to do a prayashchitta karma. That is better for me. Because views are different, all sitting within Veda Purva only. What does this lead to? Multiple paths. So many desires are there, so many security related things are there. It never ends, and you're on with it, on with it, on with it. Okay. Now, if this is the background we clearly understand with Veda Purva, then this makes sense. The shlokas make sense. Secondly, a very, very important aspect, if we consider that this Veda Purva is useless, then that's a big pitfall. You have to pass through Veda Purva, but not get hooked and sit in it. You have to move out from karma to karma yoga. So use the university to quickly complete your studies, graduate and pass out. Oh, anyway, I'm to come out of the university, then why do I go in? I will remain illiterate. That option is not there. But sitting in the university, that I like this classroom, I like the teacher, I like everyone, in those movies and all, they will show now, this person, past 20 years he is here only. In every ragging he will be there. No, that is not allowed. That is ragging Veda Purva. That is not allowed. Okay. So don't become those dadas sitting in Veda Purva. Why this? Very specifically, I'm telling. There are so many people who strongly believe that is good enough and that itself can give moksha. अपना धार्मिक अपना काम करते रहो, आपको मोक्ष मिल जाएगा. And this is a wrong notion. Okay. That is a path that cannot reach to the goal which you want. That path can go to an intermediate. Like if I don't have a train directly to Delhi, I first take a train which will go up to Ahmedabad. If you consider Ahmedabad to be Delhi, then you are a fool. You have to plan it in such a way that the next train from Ahmedabad you will catch which will go to Delhi. But if you get stuck in Ahmedabad, gone. Okay. And there are many people who are stuck in Vedapurva. In our houses, we will see how many elders have got stuck in that. But considering that they have got stuck, so I will not enter, is biggest foolishness. I should learn that I should enter, but not get stuck. Apply the oil and then cut the jackfruit. Not cutting the jackfruit, not possible. If you get into the jackfruit, it is going to stick. Then what should I do? I should protect myself with this attachment and go. And this is what Krishna clarifies, that how such strong attachments will come. So he starts explaining who are the type of these people. First he says avipaschitaha. Avipaschitaha means aviveki. They do not have the right knowledge. Right knowledge of what? The goal, the meaning of the goal, and the path. They neither know the goal. First is they haven't understood the goal. Okay. If you say that I know the goal, they do not know the real meaning of the goal. If they say I know the goal, I know the real meaning of the goal, then many of them do not know the path for the goal. And when you do not know it, if you are less informed, you have very limited choice. You will go with logically which is correct, and that need not be always correct. There may be one or two exceptions who will get it correct, but normally will not be right. Hence, knowing the goal, knowing the meaning of the goal, what is the right path, you have to first understand, learn, and make a very, very, very calculated choice. Okay. And that is why whenever someone comes and asks me, I want to do this, what is your opinion? The first thing what I do is understand this is what it is. This is my knowledge about it. This is what it is. This is what it means in terms of effort. You are the right person to decide whether you want to now take it or not. Because it has to be each individual person to decide on it. Maximum you can clarify the goal, clarify the meaning of it, clarify what could be the benefits of it, and clarify what path will be required for it. So that that person is clear and can make a very, very calculated choice, very wishful choice, and not अंदर जाने के बाद, sir, you told me I joined अभी फंस गई. No, such choices are not there. Correct? So make yourself good. So you can't be avipashchitaha. So the first thing he says is aviveki, avipashchitaha. They do not know the right goal. Then he says they do not know the right goal, but they use a reference point which cannot be challenged. And they will use Vedavadarata. The Vedas have told like this. Look at this. They know the Vedas perfect. See, in this particular Prashna, in this Samhita, in this place, see how it is told. You cannot go against it. This is the right way. This is the only way. ऐसे ही करो. ऐसा नहीं किया तो क्या क्या होगा पता है आपको? तो वेदवाद रहता. For everything they will hold on to the law book. Article number so and so, law number so and so, reference cases. इसने ऐसा किया तो ये रिजल्ट आया, इसने ऐसा किया तो ये रिजल्ट आया. And then because you are not that knowledgeable, you'll say, "Nahi Baba, Are, I didn't know. Thank you. You told me. I better continue what you are saying." Vedavadarata. Okay. Then they will add on one more thing. Na anyadasti. Apart from this, there is nothing else. Not only this is what it is, apart from this, there is nothing else. That means all your thought process has got stifled by this. Typically, look at our elders. You ask a question, why this is done? ये क्यों करते हैं? Just keep quiet and do it. I know you all very latest people, the new generation, you all don't have value for all this. That is why you keep asking such questions. That questioning mind is the problem. First, learn to obey. Do it. बच्चे रहेंगे तो हाँ कर देंगे भाई. थोड़े बड़े हो गए तो बहाना ढूंढेंगे. और भी बड़े हो गए तो वो दिन पे घर पे ही नहीं रहेंगे. है कि नहीं? Or if you are a rebel, you'll start rebelling at home. Why? This is what that Veda Vadarata will do. It doesn't give the logic, it doesn't help you to understand because your question is coming from a genuine quest. You are not able to logically get some connection, but that needs to be justified. If it is a little subtle topic, slowly takes time. It can always be handled in a different way. But the problem is, our elders have never questioned or asked the earlier generations. And offense is the best form of defense. So if they do not know, it becomes very difficult for them to tell, how can I tell I do not know? Let us both learn together. Good question. I will also learn with you. Let us both try to find it out. Let us go to Dadaji. If Dadaji says, I also do not know, okay, all the three of us, we will learn from some other Pandit. Again, someone to know it, but no. How can I fall down in my image in front of children? So the best way is, offense is the best form of defense. Keep quiet and obey. Come on. Okay. And this is a very common practice. Nothing to blame anyone here. That is coming out of this Veda Vadarata of Partha. This is the way you just do it. Implicitly follow. You, in short, blindly follow. I want to open my eyes and walk. No, close your eyes and just walk. But if I fall, no one has fallen in this path. And the fact who says that is a person who has fallen the most because he is not able to see the other path. Jnana Marga is not seen at all. That is why that Karma Marga is so much they are entrenched in it. Are we able to get this? Veda Vadarata Partha. Na Anyadasti. Okay. Then comes the third one. This Kamatmanaha. Atmanaha Kamamastu. Nothing else apart from desire. Filled with desire. Okay. And when a person is filled with desire, what happens? He gives qualities of that person, what all will happen. Okay. And what are the things which will go? So when a person is Kamatma, the first thing is Kriya Vishesha. No, first is Swargapara. See, Purva gives you a set of choices. Again, go to our credit card only. You can become blue member, you can become silver member, you can become gold member, you can become platinum member. And for each of this, what you become, you need to give. You need to give something. That loyalty will be there. Something will be there. Either you have to pay to hold on to it, or you'll have to have that many flights, or you'll have to have that many things. So you'll have to give, do something, correct? And then our aim is what? Always go to the highest. Swarga. In Swarga, what is our idea? Maja maja. भूख नहीं लगेगा, नींद नहीं आएगा. It will be a bed of roses. Okay. Now, what happens from Swarga? That because it is like India aim for independence. Everyone were fighting, and on 16th of August 1947, if you ask 90% of the people, they don't know what to do next. जो मनता था वो मिल गया, अभी क्या करना है उसका बारे में सोचा ही नहीं. स्वर्ग तो मिल गया, आगे क्या करना है नहीं अभी सोचिए ना. अभी तो मिला है, थोड़ा लेट मी एंजॉय दैट. अभी तो मिला है ना, इतना क्या गाइए, लेट मी एंजॉय दैट. अरे बट जितना मिलने के लिए आपने मेहनत किया है, you know, I have got that additional 2 night stay because I paid the brownie points which I got in that card. But after 2 nights, what will happen? Till that 2 night stay is there, everyone will, may I serve you, may I serve you. On the third day morning, 10 o'clock, if you still continue that way, they will say, sir, can I help to move your luggage out? No, I have earned this. Sir, can you please vacate it? After that also, if you said, security, भाई धक्का मार के निकालो इसको. स्वर्ग is also that way only. Points खत्म, धक्का मार के निकाल देंगे. Okay, so if you say Swarga Para, there is nothing about that. That means I have a very limited goal. My vision is very limited, only somewhere in mediocre. And after that, I am not interested. उसके बाद का बात देखा जाएगा. Okay. Now what happens? This another quality of this Kamatmana person is Bahulam Kriya Vishesha. Continuously will be in project to project. Project number 1, project number 2, project number 3, project number 4. Okay. Continue. I studied this, I studied that, I completed this, I completed that, I did this, I did that, next this, next that. Then they will come and say, once I complete all this, then sir, surely your classes are so good. You know, I have got all the recordings. Once all this is over now, then I will start listening. I want a relaxed mind to listen. And by mistake, due to guilt, if they decide to start listening, after 5 minutes, the mind will be, अच्छा ये 1 घंटे का है ना, इसके बाद क्या करें? What to do next? What to do next? What to do next? That whipping mind will always be there. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. And to add that, our system helps us, saying that if you are a multitasker, you are great. Multitasking means useless person. Doesn't have focus on one thing also. Does not put the effort even on one thing completely. Jack of all arts, master of none. That is multitasking. Right? Our indriyas are got a capacity one at a time. Two indriyas don't work at a time. Although they seemingly look that I'm hearing and seeing together, but they all go like this. Bits and bytes and all. एक के बाद एक जाते रहेगा. But the time is so short we feel both are going together. Okay, that that even our sight and hearing work that way. That is why many a times if you are focusing on reading something, you have lost what that person is saying. And if you are focusing on hearing what that person says, you have lost what is written there. That itself says multitasking cannot work. Do one thing perfectly, then go to the other one. So Kriya Vishesha Bahulam, that Rajoguna filled, unstable mind, just one after the other project, one after the other project. Okay, correct? That is why Krishna had a big worry. If Arjuna takes sannyasa and goes to the Himalaya, there will be a problem. He will start association of sannyasis. Then he will start fighting for their basic rights. Then he will be called the king of the sannyasis. Why? He is fighting for them. All the other people will forget what is sannyasa. To protect them, Krishna didn't want Arjuna to take sannyasa. Why? Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. Always project to project. That mind is so Rajoguna. Are you able to get this? Correct? Kriya Vishesha Bahula. So first one we saw Swarga Paraha. Second one is Kriya Vishesha Bahula. Okay. Then what is the third one? Bhogaishwarya. Okay. This Bhoga Aishwarya. Bhoga equal to Kamaha. Aishwarya equal to Arthaha. Bhoga equal to Kamaha. Correct? What is Bhoga? Enjoyment. Enjoyment of what? The comforts or whatever I have acquired. Yes or no? When I have certain comforts and I enjoy it, certain needs of mine get fulfilled, then I say I am a bhokta of that comfort. Bhogi, bhogya prapancha. Correct? For that, I need the Aishwarya. I need to own it. Otherwise, it will be only in my mind, imagination. That will not work. Okay. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, it will come. Raja Griha Bhojanadishu Kshuda Shanti. Natu Paritoshaha. Says, and the Raja will accept how good you are a cook only when he eats what you have made. Not by telling this cook is so good and his stomach is not going to fill. He has to taste it. Right? So if I want this bhoga, I need the Aishwarya for it. Is Artha. Artha can allow me to buy bhoga. Bhogya Vishaya Arthena Praptavan. Aishwaryena Praptavan. Are you able to get this? Correct? So, now what does it led me to? If I am continuously into this one by one project and I am a Bhoga Aishwarya person, why am I doing the project? The step is once I get results of those, I will get more Aishwarya and more Bhoga out of that. Why is someone working 25 hours a day? So that I get promotion, I get some status, I get some more money. With that, what? I purchase comfort. With that comfort, what do? I enjoy it. But in this whole bargain, my habit has become working for 25 hours. I have no time to enjoy what I have. Correct? So, Bhoga Aishwarya Gati Prati. So, the path of this multiple project and continuously working will only lead to Bhoga Aishwarya Gati. Towards that. Gatim Prati, Bhoga Aishwarya, nothing else. And what will Bhoga and Aishwarya give? Material comforts. But is human being made up of only material comforts? Or is there mental comfort also required? Bhoga and Aishwarya cannot give mental comforts. When we say mental comforts, security of the mind, stability of the mind, emotions being stable, samatvam. That is why in the last he gives samadhau na vidhiyate. In these shlokas, in the last, what it is going to come? Samadhi na vidhiyate. That calmness, tranquility, balance of mind, this cannot be. Whipping continuously with action. Dharmika action only. Nothing wrong. 1 house के बाद 2 hours, 2 hours के बाद 2 cars के बाद whatever. And then children's education, फिर पोता पर poti, and then their education, on. Project is on in our mind. Instantaneously. And if you make a list of all the desires, dharma and moksha will never be there in it. Okay. Arthakama can give me material bodily kaikam comforts. It can make me a bhokta. Dharma will give samadhi, a tranquility of the mind, which is ready for jnanam. Okay, so what is the learning from this? Yes, how many people are there in, or who have come and gone at least in the GMM yoga class. So you know that pranav uchchar, how it is. The first uchchar is O ka matra jada, makar kam. So when I enter Grihastha Ashrama, Bhogaishwarya Samadhav. Then at middle age, Bhogaishwarya Samadhav. That is why the first one is at high pitch, Rajoguna. Then you slowly calm down. And then later on, which actually impacts and gives a benefit, is Bhogaishwarya Samadhav, which is Vanaprastha. Is it making sense now? Is it giving a clarity? But Bhogaishwarya will also be there and Samadhi will also be there in Grihastha. You can practice that. But how balancing is your individual. The path can be shown, but individually people have to look at it, how much, where to stop, where to shift. And that is why if you have a daily routine for Samadhav, the rest of the day anyway goes on for Bhogeshwari. Are we able to get this? And Samadhav doesn't mean only sitting and contemplating. Karma yoga will give Samadhi. That is the next thing. Not sitting and doing dhyanam. Karma yoga itself will start giving Samadhi. So you can still continue to be doing like a project with different sankalpa. These projects for me, these projects for my external growth, these projects for my internal growth. Are you able to get this? What are these 3 shlokas are so apt for us to review what we are doing. And believe me, not everyone is fully wrong or not everyone is fully right. All are sitting somewhere in between. But once we know the path, then we can steer it little. One of the day, nahi hua, theek hai, aaj nahi hua, but I'll be alert that tomorrow I should not miss it. Okay, so that leads to Bhogaishwarya Gatim Brahmi. Okay, then what does this Bhogaishwarya lead to? Janma Karma Phala Prada. I keep on doing Bhogaishwarya, Janma, Karma, Phala, Janma, Karma, Phala. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam will continue. How nicely, right from a small part, multiple Janmas he has taken us through. How many? You keep on counting. You do not know after how many Janmas you are sitting like this again on Bhogaishwari. Correct? And only in Manushya Janma you can understand this. In other Janma you will not even understand it. In Manushya Janma you have a Purushartha. In other Janma it is only Bhogya Yoni. A cow, buffalo, a crow, a bird, tree. They are just exhausting karma phala. They are not adding new karma at all in that Janma. Are you able to get that? Here we have an opportunity to accumulate karma phala as punya papa based on what we do. So when you have this particular situation where you can earn and also spend, in short, if I ask you, which is more freedom, grihastha or vanaprastha, old age or when you are working, which has more freedom? Obviously, when you are working, you say, I am earning, I can spend, I have the whole, yes. But when you are old, you have to depend on someone, you don't have your income. It is like this animals now. They are limited, they have to only exhaust what is available. So when you have got this gift, don't miss that opportunity. Don't get back into that Janma Karma Phala Pradha. Punarapi Janma. Try to come out of it. Are we able to get this? That's how Krishna is very nicely giving an idea to, very subtly giving this idea to Arjuna. Then he says, this people will utilize this talks itself to tell you, you do good karma, you will enjoy very much. More karma, more enjoyment. You after death also Swarga. Let them, what more you want? Imam Pushpitam Vacham. They will advertise this. Aren't the parents advertising this right from childhood to us? Simple. You know you come first in the class. What all things you will get? अरे भाई first क्यों आना है? They, if you ask them today, they will give you the logic. But when we have children, they will not. You come first in the class, you will get a good job. When you get a good job, then there will be a good spouse. You will get married to a good place. Then life will be comfortable. So they have their own equations which is behind that coming first in the class. Huh? That is a long drawn story, but a shorter one would be, I can at least go out and tell that I am this child's mother. Name, status, that is chota chota benefits. But the long drawn story is, आगे तक जाने वाला, coming first in the class, getting good marks, being good in, उसका बहुत deep rooted expectations रहते हैं. And nothing wrong, we also do it. We have done it with our children. We even now tell them, be a good person, be a good human being, it will take you along. All that is true. Then we ourselves say, anyway, we are not very keen on these marks and all, but you have to compete in this particular world, you know. You have to live in this world. This world is competitive. So we try to indirectly justify that this world is only correct because the measurement of the world is Artha Kama Pradhana world. Where more Artha and more Kama, it is a good world. Simple. Will you consider Bhutan to be a very good country, or will you consider US to be a very good country?
Bhutan.
It's very nice to say Bhutan. Okay, then go and stay in Bhutan. Because when we talk, we mean growth, correct, is when you have more disposable income, more money. And the Shastra says Bhutan, no money but very happy, is the right thing, or minimum money to continue. It is not that they don't have anything. If you go to Bhutan, everyone will be with begging bowl. No, no, no. They are very happy. They are contented with what they have. But our today the definition has completely changed. Progressive means Arthakama Pradhana. Right? Now, if we have decided that it is going to be that way, then we have no option. So it's a question of whether are we avipaschitaha or vipaschitaha. Are we well educated and informed that we know the choices which are the right ones? Tell me which parents do not want their children to go out and study? Depend. Go where you want. Europe, US, maybe even China, doesn't matter. If that is good, Korea, go study. Australia, go. Why? We believe that that is better compared to what we have. We believe that that can get more than what we have. Correct? Next question is at what cost? Then it becomes a very informed decision. You will never feel bad about it. Otherwise, it's a lot of pressure on the system that everything is. See today's example. I mean, if you look at children who have gone to Ukraine to study in the medical field, just because there were no enough availability of colleges and facilities that time, they've gone. But if those colleges are available in India today, is there a real need to go there? And whatever said and done, you are much more secure in your country. And you come to know that only when you go out of your country. Right? And it's very easy to come back and blame about your country and your government when the others have not even thought of doing something other than just playing political games. Okay, so point aside, what I'm saying is that very clear choice. If I go for this, what am I losing? We are always saying, what am I gaining? Huh? See the other part, what am I losing? Then take a calculated choice and then continue with it. That is vipaschitaha, otherwise it will become avipaschita. No one is saying that you have to go to sannyasa. In grihastha, how much to be in grihastha and how much to be in sannyasa? Can I try doing these two together? As I said, kama, bhoga ishwarya, samadha. Can I try to balance this? Perfectly good. You can very much be here and still achieve what you want to a great extent. Is it making sense? Is it clear? Okay. Yeah. Now, the next point of this kamatmanaha, one more is mentioned, is swargaparaha imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti, and then taya vyavasayatmika buddhi. That buddhi, when you say vyavasayatmika buddhi, that buddhi becomes vyavasayatmika is always, how do you call it? I'll put it in, I will call on a new terminology. That mind is like that of a balance sheet mind. क्रेडिट डेबिट देखते रहो. ये किया तो क्या मिलेगा, ये किया तो क्या मिलेगा. Just evaluating everything in terms of only one angle. If you want to buy something new and you just go and Google it, what happens? It will pop in so many sites and then also comparison of all those things, and then you had not even thought you would want to see it, but suddenly you see, oh my god, all these things, then you have actually changed your mind. What you had thought initially, you have changed your mind because there are so many factors which that system has thrown and made you aware of. Now here, the problem is we cannot take decision on what we are losing. That that balance sheet mind, when we say ये किया तो ये मिलेगा, especially people who are into, you just look at it, who are into trading, who are into shares and mutual funds and all, that mind is that way. अरे what do you call, my friend, he will say अरे यही टाइम है, वो क्या नुकसान में नफा कर लो, हाँ, नुकसान में नफा कर लो. And what I said, what does that mean? He says, no, if you hold it, you are minus 100, and if you sell it, you will become minus 70. Oh, now I understand. Because I will always think of nafa or nuksan. ये नुकसान में नफा कर लो क्या है, समझ में आ रहा है? That is that transactional mind always, and that is what he calls व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि. नाप तोल के हर चीज नाप तोल means what? My goal is very clear. I will never be a loser. My goal is I will never be a loser. That is the desire now. That means I am not ready to give up anything. Correct? And what does that do? That is the most dangerous thing. Apahrita chetasa. This buddhi is there, na? That transactional buddhi. Okay, naptol wala buddhi. Apahrita chetasa. It will abduct your mind. It will abduct that composure of the mind. It will never allow you to be happy. You'll say, why? ये नाप तोल के I've taken a decision, and if I get what I want, my mind should be happy. No. No. For that only we have I'll read it off, very beautiful. निस्वश्येक शतं शती दशशतं लक्षं सहस्राधिपः लक्षेशः क्षितिपालतां क्षितिपतिः चक्रेश वाञ्छितां चक्रेश वाञ्छति ईशः पुर इन्द्रतां सुरपतिः ब्रह्मास्पतिर्वाञ्छति ब्रह्मा विष्णुपदं हरिहरपदं कृष्णागतिं को गतः. निस्वश्येकशती. You go to a pauper, a beggar. He will say, I want somehow to earn 100 rupees. मुझे क्या चाहिए? 100 रुपया वसूल. Okay. 2 days, if he continuously earns 100, then what happens? Dashashati. So, Ekashati will start going to Dashashati. I want now 1,000. So, he will now put effort and different ways. Naptol, chalu hai. Okay. Will it stop there? Dashashatam Laksham. 1 lakh. Laksham Sahasradapi. Okay. Laksheshaha Sahasradipaha Laksheshaha Kshitipalatam. You know, Laksha and all is nothing today. Scams happen in crores. Okay. Poor people, they were still, Laksha was very big for them. So they wrote only up to Laksha. Doesn't matter. And then they said that, okay, after Laksha, what? Kshitipalata. You know what is Kshitipalata? छोटा एमएलए बनना है, छोटा जगह का एमएलए बनना है. क्षिति, स्मॉल प्लेस, पालता, बॉस उधर का. ओके. Kshitipatihi Chakresha Vanchitam. I want to become the emperor now. Chaiwala to Gujarat to Bharat. अभी G7 नहीं. Examples can be looked whichever way you want them. I'm not saying that is the reality. The purpose behind it would be different. But the progression is seen to us. And this example is for the progression. You understand? So, Chakresha Vanchitam. Once you are a Chakravarti, I want Indra Padam. I want to become Indra now. Again, this is written at those times. If you do 100 yajnas, you will become Indra. That is why up to 90 this Indra will be sleeping there. और 90-95 के बाद ना तुम्हारा सब जितना भी करते हो उसमें भंग आने लगेगा भाई. His chair started moving now. He will send everyone. भाई इसको बंद करके आओ, बंद करके आओ. Okay. Chakresha Vanchitam. So, Purar Indrata Surapatihi. Surapatihi Brahmaspatihi. Indra wants to become Brahma. ठीक है, उधर भी कंपटीशन कम नहीं है. ब्रह्मा विष्णु पदम. ब्रह्मा wants to become Vishnu. Okay. Harihi Harapadam. Vishnu wants to become Shiva. Now don't get me wrong. No one is saying that Brahma is bigger than Vishnu, Vishnu is bigger. ऐसा लिखा है वो बंदे ने. If you want, you can change it. You can put wanted to become Shiva, Shiva wanted to become Vishnu. Doesn't matter here. The end is Trishna Gatim Ko Gataha. Where is the end to such a greed? Okay. And that is true for everything what we are doing. Huh? We say ना थोड़ा जाने दो, बहुत थोड़ा घर पे ना, अभी बहुत ऑफिस का टेंशन है, घर का काम है, थोड़ा एक शादी वादी है, वो सब खत्म होने दो. आफ्टर दैट आई विल बी वेरी रेगुलर. Is there going to be an end to it? And the answer is no. Okay. Because whatever you value, you will prioritize that. Whatever you prioritize, you will remove quality time for that. So, if someone says that I have no time, they indirectly want to say I have no priority. And taking it a little further, I have no value for it also. There are other things which are more valuable to me than this. This question we have to ask and get this answer to ourselves. And if we are convinced today, like for example, if there is an accident or there is someone serious and who is in the hospital, obviously the answer will be I have no value for all this Vedanta and learning right now. I will apply what I have learned, but let me go and complete my duty there. Perfectly okay. But that cannot continue more than 10 days or 15 days. After that, you have to come back. But if that becomes a habit, नहीं, जाने दो. 15 दिन नहीं हुआ ना. Many people say, sir, I miss such a lot. Will I get it? Are, have you gone back? So, and I'm very sure y'all are so committed. It is not for y'all. Before me, y'all are ready at 9:30 every Saturday. So this is not for y'all. But there are many fence sitters. आएंगे जाएंगे. ये उन लोग के लिए. Correct? So, if we are saying that this particular Bhogaishwarya Gatim Prati, okay, Apahrita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that Buddhi, it will never give me Samadhi. Samadhau na vidiyate. Are you seeing a nice sequence how he is giving? If you want inner wealth, you have to give up external wealth. If I want samadhi, balanced mind, I need to give up some amount of kama and artha and get more into dharma. That means indirectly he's saying move from karma, which is kamya karma, to karma yoga. Why? Kamya karma has got these problems. It has got these problems, although the Vedas have told it. It has been told, prescribed for a purpose. Once a purpose is achieved, you have to graduate and move out. Don't be eternal student of that particular class. The class will not accept you and you will be stifling your growth. Is it clear? Right? Now, for benefit of all, I will just read the sequence and then you will understand it now. If you want, you can also write it that way, it becomes easy. Avipaschitaha means ajnani, no proper nya, aviveki, not ajnani, aviveki. Okay. Arrow, it will lead to Vedavadarata. That will lead to Na Anyat Asti Iti Vadinaha. There is nothing other than this. You follow this. Why? That person is Aviveki and he gives support of the Vedas. See, Vedas have also told you, just follow it. Why? That person is Kamatmanaha, filled with desires. That is why that is propelling that particular path. And when you are Kamatmanaha, the various traits you start justifying as how you can put in bracket. Swarga Paraha. You will tell Swarga is, you do not know what Swarga is. Do this, Swarga is sure, 100%. Then Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. ये करो वो करो ऐसा पूजा करो ऐसा करो ये करते रहो इसके बाद ये करो इसके बाद ये करो plan after plan. Okay. Why? Bhoga Aishwarya Gatim Prati. That will lead to more Kamaha and Arthaha. So now you have entered the cycle. Okay. And when you enter this cycle, when that continues, it's called Janma Karma Phala Pradam. Okay. Like these. So that Kamatmanaha person will give all this justification. Swargapara, Kriya Vishesha Baulam, Bhoga Ishwarya, Janma Karma Phala Pradam. Like this, Imam Pushpitam Vacham, such flowery talks. Logically, flowery talks saying that how beneficial it is to be. That means advertisements. Pushpitam Vacham is advertisement of Karma Kanda. He will do. Okay. By that, what happens? Mama buddhihi vyavasayatmika bhavati. Mama buddhihi vyavasayatmika bhavati. And what happens if my buddhi becomes vyavasayatmika? That mind is constantly whipping on the desires. Apahrita chetasam. My chetas, my that still calm mind, my inner fabric is completely robbed by this. Normally I'm a very calm person. But ऐसा गुस्सा आ जाता है ना, देन मेरा काबू में ही नहीं रहता है. और कभी गुस्सा आता है, ये मत पूछो कभी गुस्सा नहीं आता है. Then normally I'm a calm person. What do you mean by that? That means my calm nature has completely got changed because of this. Apahrita chetasam. And if apahrita chetasam is there, how will samadhi come? Samadho na vidhiyate. Hence, Arjuna, if you continue in this path, you will never get samadhi. Your question was, how do I get samadhi? So in karma, you will not get samadhi. In sannyasa, you will not get samadhi. Then what to do? Convert karma to karma yoga. Are you able to get this? With these three shlokas, when you go to the next one, it perfectly connects, because there he is telling how to go from a karmi to a karma yoga. Is this clear till now? So we'll go to the next shloka. Shloka number 45. What is the doubt?
41 में व्यवसायिका बुद्धि आ रहा है, 44 में भी व्यवसायिक.
44 with Abhyavasayinam. It must be right.
No. 41 is व्यवसायिका बुद्धि.
Wait.
41. That is a focused mind.
Correct. See, the second Vyavasayatmika buddhi is that, yes.
41, 44.
One. The 41st one is, that is the Vyavasaya. Yabhimam pushpitam vedavad nanyadastitivad gama manastu priya.
41.
No, 41. That 41 is focused mind.
Yeah.
Correct. And here it is the transactional mind. See, basically understand what is Vyavasaya. Vyavasaya is business. Now, if the business objective is transaction, then it's a transactional mind. If the business objective is to be stable, focused. So, accordingly, this meaning of Vyavasaya, because you have to take. Otherwise, it will go against.
Yeah.
One will go against
Correct.
other, and that is never the way. Okay. Right. Next one is Traigunya Vishaya Vedah Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastaha Niryogakshema Atmavan. Traigunya Vishaya Vedah Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastaha Niryogakshema Atmavan. What are the words? Padabhaga. Traigunya Vishayaha. Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. Nistraigunya Arjuna Tvam Bhava. Bhava Arjuna. Nirdvandvaha Nitya Sattvastaha Niryogakshemaha Atmavan. Okay. This word bhava has to be added everywhere. That only it makes sense. Bhava is the to be. It's a kriya. Correct? Hey Arjuna, Vedaha Traigunya Vishayaha. Okay. Here Vedaha, bracket you have to write Karma Kandaha. Not the full Vedas. Karma Kandaha Traigunya Vishayaha. Okay. Tvam Nistraigunyo Bhava. Tvam Nirdvandvo Bhava. Tvam Nitya Sattvastho Bhava. Tvam Niryogakshemaha Bhava. Tvam Atmavan Bhava. Are you able to get this? Okay. Now, what is Krishna trying to tell here? All what he told in the previous one, in the 3 shlokas, he told about people. But what makes people do that? Because they are connected to something called Vishaya. We will first see word meaning and then go. Hey Arjuna, Vedaha, that is Karma Kandaha, Veda Purvaha, Traigunya Vishayaha is filled with three gunas in it. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna. Okay, it has got everything in it. Tvam Nistraigunnyo Bhava. You grow up above these gunas. You mature out of these three gunas. Nitya Sattvastho Bhava. At all times be established on that Sat. Be established at Atma. That is why Atmavan Bhava he has given last. Nitya Sattvastho Bhava is at all times be established in yourself. Okay. Nirdvandvo Bhava. Dualities. Do not have dualities in your mind. Niryoga Kshemo Bhava. Yoga is to get, Kshema is to protect what you have got. Okay. Niryoga Kshemo Bhava. Very strong, huh? Krishna can never be a brand ambassador for LIC. Niryoga Kshemo Bhava. He is against LIC. He says, I am your LIC. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Where are you going to that LIC? Correct? That is why he says, Nir Yoga Kshemo Bhava. Okay, we'll see what is the meaning. Atmavan Bhava. Atmavan means what? Who is, what is Bhagavan or Bhagyavan, Dhanavan, Kirtiman? Okay. So, who has got that endowed with? Correct? So, when you say Atmavan Bhava, Krishna says establish yourself with the true knowledge of Atma. Because he has already taught this. Up to the 30th sloka, he has already taught this. So he can very clearly say, no, Atmavan Bhava. What I have taught you that, na? Be that. Nitya Sattvastho Bhava. Establish in that truth, that Sat, and don't get enamored by all these variations which are happening. Why? These variations belong to Prakriti. Anyone remembers Tattvabodha? And in Tattvabodha, in the third section, Samashti section, what is the first shloka? Open the books. Somewhere you have to open. बहुत दिन के बाद उसके ऊपर धूल लग गया है तत्वबोध का बुक पे. Come on, open it. That 4 pages. उसको वो सब स्क्रिबल करके ऐसा ऐसा करके वो फट गया है पूरा. बट फिर भी देख लेना अच्छा. अथ चतुर्विंशति तत्वोत्पत्ति प्रकरणं वक्ष्यामः. ब्रह्माश्रया सत्वरजस्तमो गुणात्मिका माया अस्ति. Understand? Prakriti is Traigunya Vishaya. That is why Vedas are Traigunya Vishaya. Veda Purva is Prakriti related, Traigunya Vishaya. Correct? It has got Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna, Atmena. If Triguna is there, then Taratamyam will be there. See, understand what happens in this. They are all consequential relationship. Okay. It is like if I get married, in-laws will be there. Correct? If in-laws are there, the other relations are there. They are consequential. Same way, the moment you go to Prakriti, it has got Triguna. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna and everything. And the moment gunas are there, Taratamyam comes. What is Taratamyam? Comparison. Tol mol ke bol. Right? In Sanskrit, Tara, if you add a suffix, it is comparative degree. If you add the suffix tama, it becomes superlative degree. Ghora, ghoratara, ghoratama. Okay. Any of the adjective you can take. Positive, comparative, superlative. And when you have this tara and tama, that means gradation, it is called taratamya. The word taratamya comes with gradation. So if you say there is a class of students, obviously rank will be there. It's consequential. Grades will be there. Consequential. All cannot be the same. Because you need to have a way to segregate. And with segregation, comparison will happen. With comparison, competition will happen. They all are consequential. Are you able to get this? Whenever this gunas come and taratamyam comes, you also will have extremes, opposites. Day, light, good, bad, heavy, light, up, down. Are you getting it? Whenever these couples, there are two types of couples. I don't know whether I have told you all. The dyad or dual or couples, two are two types. One is they are cohesive. They complement each other and keep going. The other one is they are opposites. If they complement each other, they both have the same goal. If they are opposites, their goals are opposite. Karma and jnana are together or opposites? They are opposites. Don't say after karma and jnana, so they are complementary. No, karma yoga is complementary. Karma and jnana are opposites. Correct? Whereas you have complementaries, couple of complementaries. They both together go ahead. They are called that specific couples where complementation happens are called mithuna. Mithuna. And where the couples are opposite are called dvandva. It's a very beautiful word, this mithuna, because it comes in Prashnopanishad very nicely. Prana and Rai are mithuna. Mithunikaranam, it is called. For example, Prithvi and Akasha, they complement each other. They are not opposites. They are couples. Surya Chandra, Mithunikaranam. They are not dvandva. Day and night, dvandva, not mithuni karma. Are you able to get this? One other way to understand mithuni karanam is when they can both coexist. And in opposites, either of them only can exist. If one is a dark and light, if light is there, you cannot say darkness is there. If dark is there, you cannot say light is there. No, only one can be there. That is why they are opposites. But both are couples. Are we able to get this? And Krishna very clearly says here, Nirdvandvo bhava. Don't take extreme positions, extreme likes and extreme dislikes. Problem. Come as close to possible to the center. You will experience both, and that is good. If you go to extremes, you will always try to correct the setup to come back to the center. You have to fight it. Now, going to extreme is not coming because of the setup. Huh? Take a situation when there is a discussion and debate, and suddenly it flares up between two people. Normally happens if four people are generally talking and discussing, and suddenly दो लोग का झगड़ा शुरू हुआ. The others are shocked. "Arey, how did this turn so ugly?" No, least expected. Should not have happened. So what has happened here? Both of these persons have taken extreme likes and dislikes position. Situation remaining the same, they chose to take up that position. And that is dvandva. Are we getting this? If I drop that and come, if you bridge the gap and come little closer, the other person comes, then it is no more extreme. Then you are ready for a give and take. Okay, you feel this one is fine. Okay, I am telling you this one. Let's keep going. Okay. Are we able to get this? So dvandva can become complementing. Huh? The same dvandva can become complementing if you drop that extreme positions. And many times these things happen in our day-to-day life. Four friends decide कौन सा रेस्टोरेंट जाने का. उसमें चलो ओपिनियन वो है, then one person is vocal. ये इधर ही है, नहीं जाएगा. The other person is no. जाना है तो उधर ही जाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं जाएंगे. Now both have taken positions. If both drop that, then they will come to a path which is both are focusing to go ahead. In opposites, in dvandva, they are having different objectives, different goals, different views, and hence will never meet. But the moment they come out from that extreme position to a neutral position, little at least towards neutral, both are now focusing on the same way, and with adjustments you can go. One is you will move ahead. Second is you will not have trouble in your mind. Because even if you win in such a case, you are terribly upset after you have won. Was it required to get so nasty? इतना करना जरूरी था क्या? Did I overdo? These questions come. And that troubles your mind much more. That is why nirdvandvo bhava. Is it clear? Tell me, bhava is what? One question in Sanskrit and then we stop. Bhava.
B.
I don't Sanskrit answer. In Sanskrit, question means Sanskrit grammar answer should be. Don't give me B.
Asti.
Full answer. Bhava. Who is that from? Who are attending Sanskrit grammar? Anyone? Don't see anyone here. I don't know names. Repeat. Tell loudly. What is the first word? हाँ, भूसत्तायाम हम्म 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 After that, I can't hear you at all. There's a lot of hammering sound outside. Tell me. Yeah, bhavati bhavata bhavati is lat. In that bhava will not come. In that bhava will not come. Yeah, load. Bhavani bhavava bhavama bhava bhavatam bhavata bhavatu bhavatam bhavantu. Madhyam upapurushaha ekavachanantaha lot. Injunction. Nirdvando bhava. It's an injunction here. Lot. You be so like this. It's an instruction, very clear instruction given. Nitya sattvasto bhava. Dirghayushman bhava. May you be. May you be. May you be. That is what it means. Clear? Atmavan bhava. Vidyavan bhava. Vidyavati bhava. Always told for Madhyama Purusha. Second person. Tvam bhava. Ekavachananta. Clear? Anyway. Good. So we will continue with this particular shloka. Nirdvando nitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. Traigunya vishaya veda nistraigunyo bhavarjuna. Nirdvando nitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. Okay. It's very little in that, and then we will go ahead from there. Which clearly says, if you are in the first line, you will be more with karma. If you are in the second line, you will be more with karma yoga. Here is talking of karma yoga. He is not actually referring to jnana yoga here. He is be with karma yoga. Ishvara arpana buddhi. That is what he is referring. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Hari Om. Hari Om, धन्यवाद.